Hello and welcome to the United Stand. This is your Manchester United Transfer News Daily. It's Friday and I tell you what, there is a deal agreed. A Brazilian is coming to Manchester. Fred will be coming to Manchester this summer. We just don't know where that deal's been agreed. Is it United? Is it City? Is it paper talk? No, it's not. Shakhtar Donetsk won the Russian Cup on Wednesday. And during the dressing room celebrations, people were filming stuff. Their captain, Cerner, said with Fred right next to him, Fred's going to Manchester. We just don't know whether it's United or City. And that's the captain of that club. He is going to be coming to Manchester. We just don't know which way he's going to go. And we've got some great synergy on the show this morning. From Fred to Raiola to Pogba. Could be quite a flow there, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's stick with Fred. 25 years of age, just under 5'7". He's not really defensive. His best attributes are probably he's a bit of an all-rounder really, but he's more of an attacker than he is a defender. Certainly box to box, quite quick, quite skillful. Ticks a lot of the boxes for the sort of player that Mourinho would want. Apart from the height in the midfield, I don't think Jose Mourinho is going to be in love with a 5'7" midfielder, because we know he likes a bit of height in there, which makes me think it might be City, but it could be United. So we've got to be a bit careful about where we go with this, because if we put our eggs in one basket and we go, yeah, he's a great player who's coming to United and he goes to City. But then if we think he's going to City, he's not coming to United, and we go, yeah, he's crap anyway, and then he comes to United, we've sort of just got to say, he's an interesting looking signing. I think he suits Pep style of play much better than he does Mourinho's at the moment, but maybe we're buying that sort of player to change the way we play, and Mourinho did say he likes Brazilians, so and he's not talking about the shave. So it's an interesting one. And when the captain of the club's got him sat right next to him and says he's coming to Manchester, he is coming. We just don't know where. Fred is a deal agreed. We just don't know where. So give us your thoughts below. Do you want him? Do you think he's good enough? Not. To be honest with you, let's skip over Mino Raiola. It's quite a jump, but let's skip over him for a minute and talk about Pogba. If Pogba left, or if Pogba stays, is Fred good enough to close this massive gap on Manchester City? Not on his own, with another couple of signings. Maybe he is. He improves the squad, hopefully. But I wanted to throw this to you anyway. We saw last night against West Ham how we are just nil and void. We've got no idea in the final third, and I think that comes down to the coaching. I really do. I've said this so many times. I think Mourinho needs to change his coaching staff. I think Mourinho's still a great manager, but his coaching staff's been with him too long. It's just so poor in the final third. And he can say it's the players, but it's not. It's different players playing in the same system that struggle week in, week out, no matter who he plays. And even his lover Lukaku, even his love for Lukaku, Lukaku's still played in United teams all season that have struggled to create chances. We struggle to create chances, and that needs to change. And until that changes, the personnel, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? So let's see what happens with Fred. It could be United, it could be City. Mino Raiola is an interesting one, and even I, in my love of transfers, hadn't thought about this. Now, there's Justin Kluivert, who we've spoken a little bit. I don't want to talk about him, but he's going to be leaving Ajax this summer. Could be a fantastic winger of the future. We mentioned that Italian clubs are after him, and Mino Raiola's got good links there. But then there's developing stories in the last, sort of 24 hours that Everton could be interested, or even Manchester City. Now, Mino Raiola and Pep don't have the best relationship, but apparently there is some feeling that Mino Raiola has fallen out with Manchester United. Now, I had spoken about Mino Raiola clients who's available, who could come to United, because he also represents Irving Lozano as well, amongst others. But interestingly, when you look at it, Lukaku's left Mino Raiola, Zlatan's left because he's left, and Mkhitaryan's left. The only one left at Manchester United who's a Mino Raiola client is Pogba. And over the last few months, we've heard Raiola touting him out to PSG, Real Madrid, Manchester City. So maybe there is something in this sort of rumour going around that Mino Raiola isn't happy with Manchester United, or Manchester United aren't happy with him. Hence, the Pogba thing suddenly comes to the fore and starts to make a little bit more sense. Mkhitaryan's left, Zlatan's left, and Lukaku's left Raiola. So Pogba's the only one left. And maybe that is the problem United are facing. This agent that everyone was like, oh, it's great what he's doing, but this agent who Sir Alex Ferguson described in quite a negative term, it's all great when you get him the candy, But what about when he wants the candy back? And that is the problem with Raiola. He's all about the money, and you might get a client of his for a couple of years, but then if it's not all rosy in the garden, I'll find you another move, bit more peas. So it is interesting in relation to that, and I think that maybe explains quite a lot about what's going on with Pogba at the moment. I still believe Pogba will stay at United, but even last night against West Ham, as I said, he just doesn't look interested. And I'm sure Mourinho wants to keep him, and I'm sure Manchester United want to keep him, because it's embarrassing to let a player like that go for the second time. Let's not forget, no one really mentions that. Second time we'd be letting Pogba go. It's embarrassing, so I don't think we want to. But is the player happy? Because his agent's clearly not, and he's touting him around. So the tide may be turning with Mino Raiola, and that directly impacts on Pogba. I did want to mention Jorginho as well. Jorginho's agent has spoken. Now, there was links about Jorginho. I think we spoke about him yesterday, didn't we? So Jorginho's agent's come out and said, yes, I've read that we've had contact with Jorginho's had contact with Manchester United through George Mendes, but no one's spoken to me. So I think we can pretty much put that to bed, that United are in for Jorginho officially. We'll have to wait and see. But again, I think he's a player that's probably more suited to Man City. But I look at Manchester United's midfield yesterday: Herrera, Pogba, McTominay. It's not necessarily a bad midfield three, but the creativity is lacking. The final third creativity. We just look clueless, and that squad is so far away, And I'd throw that to you on this Friday. This is Transfer Daily. We do talk transfers, but we have just had a pretty mundane 0-0 result last night, and I'd like to know, who do you think we can get, and two, you would get? Because, well, I think it's actually not who would you get, because you'll say Ronaldo, but we talk about transfers, but who are we going for? Because the problem last night wasn't Luke Shaw or Ashley Young. Defensively, we were fine. I think we had too many defenders on. It's the creativity in the final third. We've just bought Alexis Sanchez in. We already know Lukaku can score goals, but we're not creating chances. How are we going to change this? Because I'm starting to think again that, Mourinho is not going to buy an attacker. I'm thinking Griezmann, Dybala. I think we need to go out and get someone like that, because we're clueless in the final third. We need a magician in that final third. We need some creativity, because it's not coming from Pogba consistently. But get comments in below and give us your thoughts on that. Back at lunchtime with the Watford preview as well. It's very busy because of the Thursday game. But do drop a like on the video. Get your comments in below for Transfer Daily. And I'll speak to you at 1 o'clock. Thanks for watching.